Welcome back to video. In today's video, I'm playing skylines. In today's video, we're going to be finishing up the waterfront 2 or city. So, I started by getting rid of these temporary buildings that I had in here. So, the pedestrian service building and also all these crematoriums here. All these buildings, I repurposed them and put them somewhere else. These crematoriums, I put them basically right here. Just made it to where it's more proper and like a natural place for them to be. I did also put a couple of them off the main road and tried to make them feel as one big thing as possible. And I mean, I feel I kind of got the objective, but I also feel I didn't, if that makes sense. But I like how it ended up turning out, and got rid of those over there. And then I also started putting some businesses over here. And then also cleaned up the ground and stuff, just make it more even. And also put in parking and concreted off a whole lot of this area. I built a hotel here just so this way we could drive some more tours over here. And also just because I've been wanting to build one of these for a while. I did build one of these over in the another part of the city, but I really wanted to put one of these over near the waterfront just because I love the way they look right near the water. So I ended up putting one of these in here. Also added in parking for it, all that stuff, cleaned up the ground as best I could, and then I got rid of these temporary lines here. These I was able to replace with an earthquake sensor in the end, and also with some new buildings I put in here, I was able to also make sure everything came together well and looked nice. And then I did put in these parking lots, but these are the fenced off ones, just because there would probably be tons of people trying to park over here to get to the beach. So they would fence them off, just make it to where cars couldn't realistically get into them, and just make it to where everything was a whole lot nicer for the guests there, so this way they had a spot. I also put in a little plaza there, cleaned up the ground again, did all that stuff, and also connected up the grids, so this way everyone was all good and had power, and everyone could be happy. Also connected up services to some other stuff, and then also cleaned up this area and finished it off by putting in this little path here, which I might get rid of this just because it is causing a bit of traffic problems, and then also finishing off with some trees, and then continuing to work on our waterfront here. Up here with all of our other industrial stuff, I put in the main building for our pedestrian area here, and also for our police station for this area of the city. I put these all over here, just because I figured might as well tuck them away. I think they look nice where they are. And the pedestrian building definitely does look like a warehouse. And like I said, with tourism, just drive more to here, put in the mothership, just like a restaurant or whatever. But I made sure it looked all nice, how I wanted it to be, to where I liked it. So I put a road on the other side too, just because there is this weird plot of concrete over there. It doesn't really have anything to it. So I just figured I'd put a road there, have it attached to the other side, but on the road. And then I also put in parking, and also a diner over here. And then I continued working on the waterfront by adding in more stuff to get out to the beach and some other little details to this area. And like I said, I did put in parking here, but this parking, while it may seem like a ton, you got to think about it like this. This parking would be used by both people in the industrial complex. They could take a bus route, which I did put in bus routes to these parking lots, to the industrial buildings in our industrial area over here. Or they could be going to the beach, so they could drive up to here, and they could walk down to the water and do their stuff at the beach. Do whatever. I don't really care what they do. But, they could do that, and then I also came over here just to continue expanding off of our industrial area, just because I wanted to complete this entire area of the city. And we did end up doing that. We got all the way, everything here is now finished, so now we're just continuing out towards the end of the peninsula and going more inland, where we'll eventually become suburbs, some inner city stuff, farmland, industries, all sorts of stuff like that. But that's for future episodes. But in here, I originally was just going to do zoned industry, but then just decided to take the industrial buildings from industrial DLC and just put them in here as little storage buildings. That wouldn't be probably used as storage, communal storage buildings, but they would just be used as a place for warehouses or just to store just stuff that would be needed in the industrial space here, and that businesses could then use them to store their products or just stuff that they need for said products. Finally, I just to work on the beach, I just put in the jetties, which is just concrete paths that I have been doing all throughout the rest of the beach. Just brought them out to the sand, and then I also put a couple small little commercial businesses here. I didn't want these to be too major of an impact to the waterfront here. Wanted them to kind of be like the piers that you would see at Cape May or just other beaches like that, where there's just a couple businesses all along the right near the water, on like kind of a pier. And then I also put in a post office, or not a post office, but a post sorting facility over here. This would obviously be used to support, sort and export mail, or just take on incoming mail and sort it to then get put into the city for our citizens to do stuff with, whatever they really want to do. But I put that in here. Just figured it was a nice space and wanted to fill this space in with something. And so I figured I'd put that in, and then I put in the trees here just because there isn't a whole lot of pollution, so there would be probably a good amount of trees, at least in this general area. If you don't go too much further, there is a whole bunch of pollution, but over here there really isn't. So I just decided to put trees in. It would probably not die due to pollution, but yeah. I just stopped about here just because I want to leave that for another episode. I also put in a fence just to separate the harbor from here, but I cleaned up the terrain a little bit, did all my final touches, cleaned up the tree work, made sure everything looked the way I wanted it to, cleaned up any terrain stuff like I said earlier, and just made sure everything looked nice. I don't believe that I did a whole lot, but here's the final product. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like and subscribe. See you next one. Bye!